Addressing a meeting of BRICS nation leaders on the margin of the G20 summit in Argentina, the Indian Prime Minister vowed to build a strong United Nations counter-terrorism strategy to tackle the growing menace. Newsweek South Asia has a report.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was in Buenos Aires to participate in the G20 summit, held a trilateral meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping in Buenos Aires and discussed ways to work towards global peace and counter-terrorism. In the meeting, Prime Minister Modi discussed challenges that the nation was facing because of terrorism, radicalization, and how it was being used to counter the growth of the countries both socially and economically. He even urged the countries to work together against the economic offenders and fugitives who pose a serious threat to the world economic stability.
इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं है कि आज दुनिया असाधारण बदलाव और अनिश्चितता के दौर से गुजर रही है। बढ़ते जियोपॉलिटिकल तनाव ने ग्लोबल गवर्नेंस पर गंभीर दबाव डाला है। मल्टीलेटरलिज्म और रूल बेस्ड इंटरनेशनल ऑर्डर को एक तरफा प्रवृत्तियों या संकुचित समूहों द्वारा तेजी से अलग-थलग किया जा रहा है, जिनका प्रतिकूल प्रभाव हर जगह बड़ी संख्या में लोगों पर पड़ता है। इसे हम नॉन यूएन मैंडेटेड सैंक्शंस और संरक्षणवाद की राजनीति में देख सकते हैं।
Modi urged all countries, including BRICS and G20, to work together in implementing the Financial Action Task Force standards and to strengthen the United Nations counter-terrorism framework to stop terrorist networks, their financing and their movement. It is a known fact that if terror attacks is carried out in India and Afghanistan, the role of Pakistan cannot be ignored in such circumstances. In June this year, the global money laundering and anti-terror financing watchdog, Financial Action Task Force or the FATF, announced in its plenary meeting that Pakistan would again be placed back on its grey list as it had failed to take control of terror financing. Pakistan was earlier placed in the grey list from 2012 to 2015. Prime Minister Modi's statement on combating terrorism assumes significance as China has repeatedly blocked India's attempts at the United Nations Security Council to name Pakistan-based Jaish Mohammad chief Maulana Masood Azhar as a global terrorist.
They all felt that we should work together to steer global economic governance. They felt that the three countries should work together in areas where we could promote peace and stability in regional crises, that we should work together on terrorism, we should work together on disaster relief and humanitarian assistance. And in general, the effort would be not that the cooperation would be directed against anybody, but that the cooperation would be based upon how these three countries, each having their own strengths in the world, could contribute to global good.
This has been seen by many world leaders as another step by the Indian government to expand its idea of globalization, and Prime Minister Modi attempts to bring millions of people out of poverty through equal distribution of resources. The meeting came hours after Modi held talks with Japanese counterpart Shinzo Abe and US President Donald Trump during another trilateral meeting on the sidelines of the G20 summit.
ये एक बहुत बड़ा अच्छा अवसर है कि लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों को समर्पित अमेरिका, जापान और भारत तीनों मिलकर के विश्व में शांति, समृद्धि और स्थिरता के संबंध में हम मिलकर के क्या भूमिका अदा कर सकते हैं। मेरे लिए खुशी की बात है कि दोनों देश हमारे स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर रहे हैं, दोनों मेरे अच्छे मित्र रहे। इन तीनों के साथ हमारा मिलकर के काम करना अपने आप में एक सुहाना अवसर है।
Overall, the Indian Prime Minister has once again proved his statesmanship on the world platform by countering the growing menace of terrorism. It now totally depends on China if they want to protect terror groups operating from Pakistan or work together with global leaders to maintain peace and stability in the world.